So, Manchester. How was the concert? How was the trip? Me and my friend, well, I made the journey down from London to Manchester, and that was pretty like chill. I made friends with people at the London concert, so they told me what they were also going to Manchester after London, and so they were like, I hadn't bought my ticket yet, and they're like, oh, we got this ticket, you should get it too, and I did, and oh my goodness, so like my rail card has run out, the 26 to 30, and so like I had to pay for it, like, and I'd bought it last minute. It was so expensive. Don't do that. Anyway, so I got my train ticket, made the journey. I didn't go with them. Like I went by myself to the train station because to Euston, because I my bags were like, it was heavy and my legs were tired and like I was all sore and I was like, I'm gonna take a really long time walking, and I did. Like it took me like way longer than it should have to get to Euston because I wasn't that far away. And then they came and then met them at the station, and then we went and got our train, and we were in the same coach, but our seats weren't next to each other, and the train was kind of full. Because I was like, if it like empties out, I'll go and sit next to them. It did not. So unfortunately, we didn't get to ride together, but it was still nice that like we went on the same train and that. And then after that, our hotels were in the same-ish area, so we kind of just like took the ride down. Like they have free buses in Manchester, like within the inner city. Can you believe that? Free buses? Okay. When it comes to public transport, Manchester is doing quite well. Like they got the trams, they got the free bus, they got buses that are normal. Like yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, we took a free bus to our hotel, and me and my friend came from Guernsey. So uh we have tickets together. She wanted to be seated, so I was seated for the Manchester tour. So we also met her at the train station. So she came from the airport to the train station because she was going to be arriving in Manchester before I arrived in Manchester. So I was like, you might as well just meet me in the train station. And so that's what she did. So then, yeah, she came with us on the free bus, and then we went to the hotel. And yeah, that was it. And then that day we decided to explore Manchester. Like we just went around having fun, looking around. The other guys went to get like merch and stuff. But yeah, so then we went to get like we wanted food. Oh, went to Chinatown. Chinatown is so nice in Manchester. I feel like it's nicer than Birmingham's Chinatown in the sense of the way that they have decorated. I guess the way that they've made it, like the signs for the shops, they have a really nice arch. Like I don't know, I just love it. It's just it looks so nice. I was trying to take Polaroids of the arch, but it just didn't work. Even in daylight hours, it didn't work. But everything else, like with every pictures that we took, was so pretty. There were lanterns out because it was recently Chinese New Year, so yeah, it was very nice there. And we were looking for places to eat, and we just went to like one of the first places that were right next to the arch, and there was this place called Try Thai, the best food I have had in a while. Oh my goodness. An experience. I ascended. You know when you're so hungry, you kind of just inhale food and like you kind of just like space out or something. Yeah, that was me. But like I was still kind of present because my friend was right there. But I was just like, this is so I was so good. And like I was so hungry at that point that eating this good food made me a little bit dizzy. It was just so delicious. We have never, oh, I don't know about my friend, but I have never been like, oh my goodness, give compliments to the chef. Because I've just never thought people do that in real life. But then we were talking about it as we were sitting there. I'm like, nah, someone needs to compliment the chef because this is good. It was good. It was so nice. Oh, I loved it. So yeah, we had a real nice dinner. Then we went and got matcha tea, and then we like went back to the hotel and stuff like that because it was like pretty late at night. And then we chatted all the way till the night, yada yada, friend stuff. And then the next day, I was actually planning to go to the venue and to like have the whole like fan experience because my friend has never really had the K-pop fan experience, like getting freebies and stuff like that. So that was the plan. But we needed breakfast and we could not find any cute cafes. Like it was so hard to find cute cafes. Um, so we just kind of walked around until we found like a chain cafe that wasn't the ones that we've always been to, like Nero and Costa and Starbucks. We're like, nah, we don't want them. We want something we haven't been to. So yeah, we chose one that we've never been to. And it was okay. But I had like double dairy and I ate my like lactose pills, but still my stomach was not happy. Like I didn't even have like the grumbles, but I felt off. So sometimes I feel like even if like I take the lactose pill, sometimes if I eat certain kind of dairy too much, it just makes me feel off. I don't know. Or just heavy food. Maybe it was because it was heavy. Sometimes when I eat too much heavy food, that also makes me feel off. But anyway, we then like went back. Did we walk around a bit more? Yeah. And we tried, I got some like film for my Polaroid camera, then blah blah blah. And I was already dressed up in my Halazia fits at this point. Sorry, not Halazia, I keep saying that. Hala Hala. I was Hala Gift. Yes, I was channeling Hala Hala. The inspiration at first was Songhua at KCON, like when he did that like the Wonderland stage with the sword and with the skirt, like the black skirt and the corset. But then I was like, this gives Hala Hala, so then I kind of pivoted towards Hala Hala. But then when I wore the outfit on the day, I really wasn't feeling it. And I also wasn't feeling my makeup that much. Again, I'm experimenting with makeup. Like I don't know how to do it, so I'm like learning as I go. And like the brown that I had in that palette just did not look nice. It just looked dusty. It did not look earthy and rich. It just looked dusty. But I didn't have any other brown, so I just had to make do. So yeah, I was not happy with the way that it came out on the day. Ironically, I also don't have that many good pictures of it, of the outfit. I did take a really cute Polaroid though. I just I'm just so disappointed. I was like, this is not the vision that I had in mind. Maybe it was the shoes. I think maybe it was the shoes that let it down. They kind of made my legs look too short. Kind of like shortened my lower half. Anyway, yeah. The Hala fit did not go well. But yeah, then we went back to the hotel, then we went to the venue. Now, we were kind of late to do all the fan stuff. And looking back, I'm like, Gift, why did you loiter? But then again, like, I had been on the group chat for the Manchester thingy that we had. When I say we, I mean people on Twitter. Like, there was like, there's a fan site for Ateez, like, UK fans, and they had made a chat for Manchester and for London and for both days of London. So I joined on the concert days that I went to. So for the Manchester one, it was very chatty and everything like that. But there was just so much drama that happened with the VIP, like Alt and 18E. Like there was just such bad organization. There were fights or something apparently breaking out. With the sector, it was all good. They had numbered themselves. Apparently the organization was tip top until the venue was like, we're not gonna honor your numbering system, which can happen. They do say that. But the thing is, they didn't have anything to fill that vacuum. They're like, okay, we're not gonna honor your like organization system, but then they didn't give their own, like they didn't give their own alternative. So it's like, okay, like I don't know, there was just a lot of things that I heard about like the way that they handled VIP that was just not good. And like the people, my friends that I made that went to sector VIP, it wasn't good vibes for them. It was not a good experience at all. So by the time it came to sound check, they were like, I want to go home. And that's not a good sign. Like, imagine you've come to see Ateez and you've had such a bad experience waiting, like with the venue and everything, that you want to go home. And then speaking of the venue, when we got there, it was chaos. I didn't realize that AO Arena is basically in Victoria, like Manchester Victoria train station. So it's just like chock-a-block. Obviously, all K-pop fans come early to concerts. That's the thing. That's a tradition because we like to do the fan culture stuff and because of queuing, of course. But also culture stuff like taking pictures, giving freebies, doing dances, checking out each other's outfits. You know, it's fun. And so coming in to see that you don't really have many places to wait or like to chill, because O2 Arena is really big. Maybe I was really spoiled by O2, but even OVO in London is like in an area where like it's made for fans to gather because there's a football pitch nearby in it. So like you can like chill. Like there's places for you to chill, there's restaurants for you to chill. Whereas where the venue was in Manchester, it's like there's not many places for you to chill. Like you kind of end up just clogging up the train station. So they got mad at us. They're like, y'all need to like you need to come here at 6 p.m. or whatever like that. And it was close to 6 p.m. It wasn't, we came like close to the time that the doors were gonna open. So it wasn't even like we were super early or anything like that. So I'm there like, bruh, what are you gonna do at 6 p.m.? Because that's in 30 minutes or something like that. And there were people with mobility issues who had mobility aids who needed to use the lift. The lift was not working, or there was only one lift, and so they had to queue up for that. But obviously, some people can't stand for long. So we were talking to one lady who had had a bad experience with security. That first they didn't. She had seated seats. Why did they keep putting her in lines for standing? And I'm there like, did they not know you were seated? It took a fan telling her like, no, you don't need to queue here. Blah blah blah. So yeah. The organization on the day was not great. And then with the tickets were awful from the time that we bought them, right? There were so many issues with the ticket. First, it showed the wrong band. I can't remember what band it was, but it was some random ass band I've never heard of that's going to be performing in London in some kind of May or something like that. Our ticket said that, and we were all emailing and like trying to find a way to contact O2, which is really hard, by the way. Oh, sorry, not O2, AXS. Which is really hard, by the way. They make it so difficult just to contact customer service. It's like, why is it so hard? And eventually, a month later, even though they told us it would only take a week to fix, they fixed the tickets slowly. They fixed it to Ateez, but it was still showing, it wasn't showing the right venue, it was showing Birmingham. And then eventually it showed Manchester. So then we were like, oh, okay, finally. And then our tickets were available and we could sell them, right? So some of us sold tickets because I had bought 4 tickets. 2 I had bought originally, but then I was like, I want to get better seats because this is the only concert my friend is going to. So I found better seats and I got those tickets, and I was hoping that I'll be able to sell them. Spoiler alert, I did not, because then my tickets were taken off listing, and they were like, you took it off listing. I was like, no, I did not. Have I been hacked? And then I find out that everyone else has got the same email. And so I'm like, then why didn't you just say that we couldn't sell? Because someone found a way to contact AXX, and apparently they were like, oh, the venue doesn't want QR codes, so you can't sell the tickets, blah, blah, blah. It was some lame ass thing. Like people who bought the tickets on Ticketmaster were able to sell, but people who bought on AXS were not able to sell because of this QR code. And so then, like 2 days before the Manchester concert, we get our tickets in an email. And they were saying people who wanted it in a letter, you're going to get it in an email. So yeah, they got it in an email. So they're like, print it out because we're not sending it by letter. I hadn't opted in for a letter anyway, so it was fine. And they're like, you can also download it onto your phone and it'll be okay. I'm like, cool. I download it. Go to the venue. People are being turned away because it's not working. Like they can't like scan the thing on your phone or something like that. They're like, and the man's like, oh, pull up the QR code on the app. And I'm like, oh, so you are accepting QR codes. I was so annoyed. Oh my goodness. And I've been telling my friend my struggles. And so she was also annoyed. So by the time we got into the venue, we were just so irritated. It was just bad vibes. Oh my goodness. But having said all that, it was cool to be seated because I've been standing like the other 2 concerts I've been to. And the concert was great. The concert was really fun. The boys were like great. Different energy. Obviously, each city is different. And yeah, at the end of the day, I'm really glad that my friend had fun because I'm really glad that she had fun. And it was good. Like, no matter what, when it comes to Ateez, they're going to deliver a good show. Yes. No matter what energy they come with, they're going to give a good show. And so yeah, then it was finished and we just went back to the hotel and we had a little night out because I had suggested that. I was like, oh my goodness, we should have a night out because we're going to be in Manchester. Wouldn't that be fun? I said that when I still had energy and joy in my life. On the night of the concert, I was so tired. And then I put on the dress that I had bought to go out in. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. We still went out though and we had fun. We went somewhere like, the first place we went to was dead. There was no one there. I was like, okay, why are you open? You ain't getting no customers. What is this? And then we went out that place, and then I asked the security guards, like, is there anywhere fun to go in Manchester? And he was like, try Boulevard. So that's where we went, and they were playing Latin music. I love Latin music. It was a vibe. It was so much fun. So yeah, that ended up being really fun. But we were still really tired by the time we went home. Home, hotel. By the time we went to the hotel, so dead tired. I could have just knocked out. In fact, I did. I did knock out. I didn't do anything. I didn't even like. Oh, I took the makeup off, obviously, but like, ugh, I just knocked out. And that was the experience in Manchester. After that, me and my friends split up. Oh, the following day, we actually did find a cafe that wasn't like a chain, and it was alright. It was pretty cute, small. Had soup. Don't know what it is with me and soup these days, but I guess I've been trying it. It was okay. It was better than the one that I had at the London hotel. It was also a chicken soup, but at least this one was like chicken noodle. It was actually bigger this time, so I was like, yes, this feels worth it. And then we went to the train station. I was tired. My legs were hurting. I was probably like such bad vibes, but I was so tired. And I was thinking to myself, how did they do it? Because Ateez would like have more cities to go to. And I'm sitting here like, whoo, I'm ready to rest. And I'd only been to 2 places in a row. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I need to up my stamina. That's basically it. Yeah, I need to up my stamina. And then we split up. She went to London to visit some friends, and I went back to Birmingham on a train. And that is it for my Ateez experience. This tour. And I don't know when they're gonna come back. I don't know when the next time we're gonna see Ateez in the UK, like when that's gonna be, because they have. I'm in my head. I'm imagining they're gonna go to Latin America, and then they're probably gonna go to South Asia, like Southeast Asia too, because I don't think they've done so for the Will to Power tour yet. Looking what they did last time for the Break the World tour, so I'm thinking that's what they're gonna do. There's probably gonna be some comebacks sprinkled in there, and then the dreaded thing that all male K-pop idols go to is coming up, because they are all born in the 90s, well, except from Jungho. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a while till we see them in Europe again. Maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years, I don't know. But they did say in London they're definitely coming back, so I'm gonna hold them to that. So yeah, I look forward to seeing them again one day. I don't know if I'll be able to do standing again. But it was really nice to see them up close. Like, and the vibes were really fun in London Day 2 in standing, like in 18E VIP. So I don't know. My legs. My old legs. I'm not even that old. I refuse to believe that 30 is old. But anyway, bye.